Hi, Francisco Aguayo, coming to you live and in living color. I am so excited to share with you today's message. This is going to be impactful for you, and it was for me, and I know it's going to be for you. So, today I want to talk to you about AI. No, not artificial intelligence. I want to talk to you about the other AI. This was a breakthrough for me, and I'm going to share with you all. I had an amazing day at work today, and I wanted to share that. But before I share about my amazing day, I want to share with you how I was able to have an amazing day. Because wouldn't you like to have an amazing day at work too? Right? So I'm thinking about AI as not artificial intelligence, but authentic and intentional. So being authentic and being intentional about your authenticity has power. So at work, I how you do one thing is how you do all things. So I say that to say this. If you go to work and you notice that people leave dishes in the sink and they don't wash their pick up after themselves, that's how they do at home too. They don't just do that at work. So how I do one thing is how I do everything. I don't know how people have this two-faced situation where some people go to work and act what they call professional, and then they come out of work and they act ratchet or disrespectful or whatever the case may be. Or some people go to church and they act holy, and then when they out the church Saturdays they in the club. I don't know. That just doesn't work for me. I can't keep up with that. So what you see is what you get everywhere. You're gonna get the same person sitting in the church, in my job, in the grocery store, everywhere. So my authenticity is intentional because everywhere I go, I'm intentionally being me, just being me. With the intention behind it is I have nothing to hide. I don't have to worry about slipping into a different personality because I forgot I was at work and now I'm punching somebody in the face. I mean, that's the old me, the person who didn't have this training and this self-development. But that's where I want to get to, really. The amazing thing that I had at work happened to me today was I had my supervisor acknowledge me and take notice to something that I was bringing to the table. And I did it as a default because it's who I am. I work with integrity. I work with order. I have ethics, not work ethics. There's no such thing as work ethics. That's a whole nother video. It's just ethics. It's just integrity, period. So when you walk in integrity, you are authentic because you have nothing to hide, right? If you know that you get to work on time, right? If you know that you answer the phone the way you're supposed to answer the phone, you get the information, you write down the information, you put in your data, you follow a system, you're on task, you make a point, like, right? If you know you're doing this, you have no reason to worry. So you are true, you are authentic, you're free. Now, when you get to work late or when you don't answer the phone the way you're supposed to, you're unorganized, you're forgetting things, you're in a sense of chaos and you're inauthentic because your supervisor, your coworkers, your clients, everybody notices that you're too busy looking at your phone versus tending to what you need to be tending to. That your mind is somewhere else at home or with the issues that you have with your mate or your children's school event or the grocery, like all that you can tell and you can see. And the person that is in this whirlwind, it's like being inside of this. And if you're inside, you can't see. The person on the inside of this bottle, they can't see this label. So they can't see what's going on. So as us, like even the Bible says, before you tell somebody to take the speck out their eye, you gotta take the lug out of yours. We are always to be in awareness. That's awareness. I have 5 A's. That's a whole nother, a whole nother teaching that I have about the 5 A's, and awareness is definitely number one. So when we have a sense of awareness, we are tempted to be aware of others. But I want to gift you this. When you look at someone else, it's a mirror. So most of the times when we see faults in others or we see something in others that we don't like, I challenge you to do this. And you're gonna remember me for the rest of your life because I started doing it and it changed my life. I started looking at other people's flaws and then I started asking myself, why does that bother you? Why does that bother you? And if it bothers you, where is that in you? And I searched. So now I didn't have a sense of criticism, but a sense of compassion, a sense of understanding, a sense of awareness for me, so I can adjust accordingly, some of the other A's, and the communication lines open up a lot more within my relationships, right? Because we become aware. So, really, my gift to you from the experience that I got acknowledged at work for was because of me having the integrity and the standard and taking a stand for what I believe in my integrity. Integrity is internal, it's me, right? And I didn't back down from a bully, right? Because there's bullies at the workplace too. They're just different kind of bullies, right? There's bullies at the workplace, and sometimes people think at the workplace because they have seniority, because they've been somewhere longer, that this is the way it's gonna be, and you either gonna submit to the bully or you're gonna run away. But this is me, and I don't judge me with that tone of voice. I hear it. I hear it. All right. I was taught in the Bible that my superpower is resilience. That we must resist the enemy and that the enemy must flee. So this one here, wherever the Lord sends me, my feet go, but he directs my path. So I ain't finna flee nowhere. I ain't finna go nowhere. I'm gonna finna resist with the standards. And I'm talking to you as well. If you're in a workplace where you have workplace bullies or people who think that they can do things to you and say things to you and you just stay quiet, there I want to tell you that there's a supervisor on the other side praying and waiting for a person like you to step up. So this is what happened to me in a place where I worked at. I stepped up and I listened, and this is what the supervisor said. A person who aligns with the vision, and that's me. The first thing I do when I was looking for employment, I'm not looking for a job to pay me money. I was seeking a place that I can partner with because I'm an entrepreneur, and at the end of the day, an entrepreneur, we kill what we eat. So the stability of having a smart entrepreneur is you partner with a job to build your business, and your job funds your dream. Okay. So I partner with a company because of who I am in my entrepreneurship. Remember, how you do one thing is how you do everything. In my entrepreneurship, in my spirituality, in my fellowship, in my relationship with my family, my husband, my child, all that. It's gotta be that's the stability, that's the standard. Integrity is what helps everything. Integrity is everything. And without integrity, nothing works. So when you keep the integrity, everything becomes whole and complete and it works. So at work, having that, I was not going to allow the workplace bully to continue to go against what the vision of the house, the mission and the vision of the house, not the person, but the vision, right? Not the boss. She has a vision. This is her company, or this is his job, or this is he's a CEO, or she's the president, whatever the case may be, but the vision of the organization within the whole, the business, you have to follow it. You can't go against it. If the vision is this, why would you do that? So when someone who comes alongside the vision and the people see that this is a candidate, that this is a person we've been looking for, this is the person we've been praying for, this is the person who we needed and is now stepping up, guess what? All that seniority goes out the window because all you have is somebody who's been there long with a lot of old habits. And your supervisor wants a change. Your organization has a vision. There's fundraising numbers that they need to meet. There are events and things, and it's a bigger picture that an hourly rate employee sometimes doesn't have that and doesn't care. So therefore, they sabotage everything else because they're just there to clock in, clock out, and get it. When you align yourself with the vision of the workplace, you become part. And your supervisors, your direct hires, they will notice and they will hand pick you. And see, seniority thinks that they are front because normally, like I have a sister as a correction officer, and she works third shift, and she's been there for a couple of I don't know, she's been there a couple of years, but you need a certain amount of years to get first shift because seniority, right? So people who've been there longer than my sister, they will get dibs on first shift. My sister's back here; she has to wait her turn. But God, so that's what the normal thing is with seniority. So I'm just giving you that kind of example. So in my workplace, we have people who think that they have seniority because they've been there for the longest amount of years. So again, the longest amount of years doesn't give you anything if you're not productive or performance based. So you could be 17, 18, 19, 20, 30, 40 years in a place and you're non-productive and you're just old, you're just someone taking up space with old bad habits. Here comes someone with new, fresh, aligned with the vision. Guess what happens? Because the Bible says it. The ones that were last will be first. And you find yourself in a position that seniority does not matter. Old habits die hard. That's the truth. But they will die. The new and improved innovation will forever flourish and will forever be altered because when new and improved, why would you ever go back to something old that wasn't working? Right? So old ways, and just because something has been that way for that long doesn't mean that it's working. So what we look at is what's working, what's not working, what's missing, and then we can create a new possibility. So that's something that you resonate with and you feel, you know what? That's what I want to do with my life. That's and not just I was sharing my experience that happened with me in the workplace, but it can happen not only in the workplace, it can happen in your marriage, it can happen in your family. It can happen in your entrepreneurship, in your business, in your schooling, in your education. I know I have a young adult now. He's about to go to college. So for college students out there, it can be a lot. So I want to help you with this exercise. And you know what? Out of the kindness and the lovingness of my heart, because I am that kind of person. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do it and for how many people, but I am going to gift. If you message me, I'm going to gift you I'm going to give you some time with me to do an exercise that's going to help you look at an area in your life that you want to go to work on, and an area in your life that you want to look and see what's working, what's not working, find out what's missing, discover, and then create co-create with me. I can help you discover these things and then we're going to create something together that you're going to walk away with a new possibility, with a new plan, with a new goal, with a new dream and a new inspiration, a new motivation ready to conquer. And then it's not just something that's going to be in your head, in your mind, in a prayer. You're going to take action and you're going to actually be able to see, feel, taste. Transformation is not information. I am not an informative teacher. If not, I would have been teaching at a high school somewhere. No, I am a pastor, a preacher, a teacher. a transformational coach, I don't just give you information. There's nothing wrong with information. There's nothing wrong with traditional learning. It's what we've done. It's how we've learned how to tie our shoes. It's how we learned our ABCs. But that's not what I do. If you're looking for a transformation, a breakthrough, not a change. See, a, a chameleon, right? It's an animal that, let's say this is a chameleon, right? No, let's say this is a chameleon and this is a surface. Let's say a chameleon says, I don't want to be gray no more. I want to be over here with the black and I want to be like them. It turns black and it becomes a black pattern. Then it says, you know what? That looks neat over there. I want to be brown or tan with lines. It comes over here and it becomes that. Okay. So it continues to do that and it's changing. Us humans do the same thing, especially women. We'll change our hair color, we'll change our hairstyle, we'll change our makeup, we'll change our clothes, right? And we're looking and seeking for this change. But the Bible doesn't talk about change. It talks about transformation. So if you go to the book of Romans and you meet up with my dude Paul, Paul break it down to you and he'll tell you by the be transformed by the renewal of your mind. First, he tells you do not be conformed to the ways, or no, he says to the patterns of this world, but by the renewing of your mind, be transformed. Okay, so if you want the transformation, you cannot be a chameleon looking for change here and there. Transformation is not something that happens overnight. It's a process that you get to grow through. But what's beautiful about transformation is you ever see a caterpillar, if you know what caterpillars do, they destroy everything that they touch and they eat, right? But when it goes into a transition, it has to completely go into a liquefied so that then it can become a butterfly, right? But once it's a butterfly, it's forever altered in who it knew itself to be. And who it knew itself to be was a destroyer, right? And it was this caterpillar. It can never ever go back. Like we can never go back into our mother's wombs, right? But we can be born again. The butterfly can never go back to be a caterpillar. So now the new creation, the transformation, hello, let's go. Come on. I don't know about you, but I'm fired up. If you fired up, you need to put some fire in that chat and you need to email me, message me and let me know you want to do this exercise because I'm giving it away for free. And I think I'm gonna do 25. That's the number. Just came to my head. 25. 25 people are gonna be able to come in and I'm not gonna do all 25 together either. I'm gonna do 25 divided by some groups. I'm gonna make some groups and make it a small intimate so that everyone gets to really experience the exercise. Okay, let's do that. So I'm excited. Message me so that you can get on that waiting list because I don't have a .com and nothing to send you to because this is just spur of the moment as the spirit is speaking to me and I'm teaching you. This is what I'm gonna do and I want to keep my word. Okay, so let's do it. Let's transform. Because last thing I'm gonna leave you with is there's a difference between informational learning and transformational learning. Information gives you information, it just gives you, and then that's it. You just have information. It's a library, you store it. Okay. And that's good. It's just like medicine. You need it and you need to know where it's at when you grab it. But transformation is something that happens instantly. It's something that it just shifts your whole way of thinking and your perspective, and it can literally erase things from your past that were blocking you. It can literally unleash something in your mind and like unlock that you can see. And only you can do that. But check it out. You ready? Only you can discover that for yourself because I'm not gonna give you information. Remember, I don't do that. I'm not gonna give you the answer. No. You are going to discover it. But how if you don't know how to? That's because I got you. I got you. That's why I'm the coach. Because, like I said, I am not gonna a travel agent. I don't sell cruises and air flights to Bahamas and Jamaica. I don't sell you tickets to places I've never been to. I can't. I don't know how to. So I'm not a travel agent. But what I am is a tour guide. So when you get to your destination, you need someone to show you around and help you discover. So I am your tour guide, taking you to places where you've never been, and you get to discover who you are and create something new for yourself. So as your transformational coach, that's what I do. If that's you and you're ready to get started and you're excited, message me and see what happens. We have about 25 slots to get in on this free workshop. I'm going to work with you, not give you information. We're going to work and we're going to have breakthroughs and transformation. I'm excited. Peace out. Have a good night. God bless you. Shalom.